Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Start Collecting Conquest, the last argument of kings, and today we're taking a look at the brand new City States box set and their one-player starter set for the game, and this is currently on pre-order at the time of the video's release, though it should be available to the public and to get in your hands very, very soon. Now, as always with these videos, we're going to go through the contents of the box set, talk about how these units can be built and what they do on the tabletop, before looking at some other units we can use to expand upon this initial purchase. We'll then finally finish off the video with a little sample 1000-point armor list for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting and building up your own city-states force for Conquest, the last argument of kings. And so, to begin with, first of all, this force is led by an Aristarch. This is a nice, solid hero leader option. You know, got some good buff rules. You got 5 attacks at Clash 3. You've also got Resolve 4, Defense 2, and 4 wounds on the model. Turn the Tide is one of the draw events where you can immediately activate another regiment after this character, which is really cool. And Battlefield Orders will allow you to apply a rule to a friendly regiment this character has joined upon its draw event, which could either be Bravery, meaning it ignores things like Terrifying and Fearsome, or you could give the Untouchable rule to the unit where they can reroll 6s for their saves. Now, you've also got the Infantry Tactics Supremacy ability, where while this character stand is on the battlefield, when a friendly regiment activates by drawing its command card from your strategic stack, the regiment will gain +1 march, which is pretty cool. Now, the first unit we have here, we have 24 Hoplites and Phalangites. Now, these are our base troops. They can be either restricted or they can sometimes be mainstay. Generally, Hoplites are almost always mainstay, and Phalangites do differ between which character you are taking. Now, the Hoplites, first of all, they are a medium infantry unit. They've got support 2, and they also have the phalanx rule along with the shield rule, meaning they're going to get that bonus to their defense, and be defense 3 if they're fighting in their front arc. You've got 4 attacks per stand there as well, 4 wounds, clash 2 as well, which is really nice. And the phalanx rule is really, really nice. So this regiment counts defense characteristic as 1 point higher from all hits originating from its front arc, so it means you're actually plus shields in your front arc going to be defense 4, which is just awesome. Furthermore, the regiment cannot benefit from the inspired special rule. Its maximum charge distance is always its march value +3, and it cannot occupy garrison terrain though. So there are some drawbacks, but these things are going to be incredibly hard to move. Now, the other option you have to build the unit is a medium infantry unit called Phalangites. They have the Pike Formation rule, where enemy regiments will suffer a -3 to their Impact X rule, to a minimum of 0, which is really cool when in contact with this regiment's front arc. They've got Phalanx as well, so they go up to Defense 3 in that front arc, and Support 3 in there as well is really nice. Now, the other unit we get in here can be built as 2 different, either the Agma or the Thoricates. So, first of all, we have the Thoricates. They're a light infantry unit. They've got Fluid Formation, which is really fun, meaning they can get a free reform action during their activation. And they also have shields, so that front arc going to get that nice defense 3. 4 attacks per stand at Clash 2 is really nice. And the other unit option we have that we can build with this box set is a medium infantry unit called the Agma. The Fluid Formation, again, shields in there as well, but they also have Cleave in there and an extra attack and clash on there. So they're a little bit more elite than your Agma, than your Thoricates, but they are going to cost a sufficiently more, from 170, otherwise you would be paying for the Thoricates 140. So 30-point difference in your first 3 stands. Now, the last unit we have is the Minotaurs. You can build either Minotaur Therians, which are heavy brutes, and they are a restricted unit generally. They've got Terrifying 1, Line Breaker in there, which is really cool, meaning a standard special rule ignores the shield special rule and Bastion X draw event. Fearsome, Brutal Impact 1, Impact 3, and Cleave 3. Brutal Impact means they're going to ignore some defense bonuses, and Impact 3, obviously, how many impacts they actually inflict. Now, you can also build them as the other option of Minotaurs you can take in the Force, which is really fun, which is going to be your Minotaur Haspits. These are the shield-wielding Minotaurs. They're going to have shield, Vanguard, which is really cool, meaning when the regiment with the number of stands with a special rule enters the battlefield, it may perform a free additional march, which is really cool. Brutal Impact 1, Impact 2, Cleave 1, Fearsome. Not quite as punchy as the Therians, but still a really solid unit to have in your force. Also, we would like to thank Parabellum for sponsoring the channel with Conquest, the Last Argument of Kings and Conquest First Blood. If you'd like to help the channel, you can do so by supporting us by going and using our affiliate code to get 10% off your orders on the Parabellum eStore. The code here on the screen will get you the said discount, CFGCONQ5. Go and get yourself 10% off and help the channel continue to make more and more Conquest content. And so, looking at where to go next, the first one I want to talk about is the Doralitas. This is a unit upgrade, an officer upgrade for many of your different units, and any regiment that will include this model, including any auxiliary or character stance attached to the unit, will simply gain Flurry, which is a stand with a special rule, rerolls all failed hit rolls when performing a clash or duel action. I think for the points you pay for this model, for what it can give your units, is incredibly potent. The fact that you're generally not offensively the most good on some of your big blocks, you're defensively really great on things like hoplites and flangites, but you don't have quite as much punch. You can put out a lot of attacks though, thanks to your good support rules, and the Doralitas makes really good use of them. Now, if we're looking at another character to bring in, I really like the Mechanist. Mechanist is a Priest 5, and you've also got a Barish for range 12-inch attack with armor piercing and torrential fire, which torrential fire will mean when a stand with special rule makes a volley action, each successful hit causes an additional automatic hit on the target, so you can get some really good power out of it. Now, you've got some nice spells. Aggression Directive means you get +1 clash to a maximum of 4 for a unit. You've got Clockwork Parade, where you can give +4 movement to a march value of a unit. And Iron Stride as well, target friendly regiment can ignore the effects of hindering terrain until the end of the round. You've also got a Supremacy ability called Carrier of the Godflesh. While this character stand is on the battlefield, when a friendly regiment activates by drawing its command card, that regiment has the Harden +1 rule and reduces their march though by 1. In addition, for the duration of the battle, friendly Clockwork Hoplite regiments change their class to medium. This Supremacy ability will always be considered to be active. Now lastly, we have the Promethean and the Hephaestion. These are a dual kit, and you can build either one from the same kit if you want. First of all, the Promethean is a medium monster, so Cleave 2, Harden 1. It's also got Priest 2, which is really cool, so it's able to cast some spells. Herald of the Forge God means at the end of this regiment's activation, at the beginning of the deactivate regiment step, this regiment may perform a free additional spellcasting action. Furthermore, spells cast by this regiment require a minimum of 4 successes rather than usual 2. The regiment may not attempt to cast the same spell more than once though. Now, you've also got Terrifying and Impact 5. Now, its spells, first of all, you have Temperate Resolve, where all friendly regiments within 8 inches of this regiment may reroll defense and morale tests of a 6 for the round, which is really nice. And Quench Blades, you can give all friendly regiments within 8 inch of this reroll hit rolls of 6 and +1 to their clash, to a maximum of 4. The other option is the Hephaestion. This is a Priest 2 once again, and it's also going to have a bit more punch to it. So you've got Clash 3, 10 attacks, 14 wounds, Cleave 3, Hard 1. So Herald of the Forge God there means you're going to have 4 successes rather than the usual 2 required. But finally, this regiment will add X dice to any spellcasting action it performs, where X is the number of successful hits caused to an enemy regiment during its activation. So while they are requiring more hits with these 2 big monsters, you are getting more successful dice in there, or at least more dice in your casting roll based on how much damage this thing can do. Now, this model has Trident Strike, where you inflict 2 hits per successes, so you've just got a straight up damage dealing spell, and Crucible's Fire, where the regiment gains the Aura of Death 5 special rule. And so here we have our sample armor list, putting this all together into a single force. Now we're 995 points out of 1,000, and there's no 5-point artifacts or treasures to purchase on any of our units, so just leaving that 5-point spare. But we've got our Warlord, who's going to be our Aristarch, and then we've got a unit of 6 Hoplite stands there with the Doralitas in them. Like I said, the rerolls on them when you're getting so many attacks out of a nice supported unit is great. We then also have the Minotaur Tharians in there as a really good heavy hitting piece. We then have the Mechanist in our force as well, and for his base unit we've got the Thorakites in there, 3 stands of them, and then we've also added in the Promethean, so we actually have 2 priests in our force that are really going to do some nice buffing for our force. Promethean is just super powerful, giving us a nice other heavy hitting piece. I think this is a really fun city-states list. It's got all the big things you want in a city-states force, you know. If you're loving this army, you've got all these things, you're wanting all this in your collection. It's got the big giants and the Prometheans, it's got Minotaurs, it's got big blocks of troops and the Hoplites. You've got some of the really cool character models as well. If you've got some ideas for using this box set to start up your city-states force, though, for Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, let us know your thoughts and your favourite units to add to that initial box set down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment letting us know what you enjoyed about the video down in the comments below. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description for you to come join. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, link down in the video's description as well are the best ways to help support the channel. This can either be by grabbing some merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, or by grabbing some product from one of our many channel sponsors, which are linked down in the video's description as well, like Baron of Dice. Or you can join our Patreon or YouTube members, the best ways to help support the channel. If you do so, you'll get a fantastic little shout out at the end of the video, like all these amazing people, our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, Andy C, and our YouTube members: Green Rich Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny 84, David Ellsworth, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, Davis Weir, James Tillman, Gargamel 196, Disco, and John Castle. Special thank you to all of you for helping support the channel and your continual support, and a massive special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and for everyone who helps make the channel do what it's able to do, whether that's coming on for battle reports or indeed the amazing people that help run our Discord and live streams as well. Thank you all once again for your support. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.